People come here because they're following a dream. He's like banging on the door, like trying to like get in the bathroom. And I'm like, and what's this? And what's this? Like going through the bathroom. And then he ends up like banging the door down. Every time that I cheated on you, it made me love you more. I decided that if you're gonna take my shit, that I'm gonna steal your car. You can't always like control what like someone else does.
Less of me, more him, but towards the end, I completely fucked him over. There were like multiple instances. I would catch him doing like basically like micro cheating.
When guys cheat, people are like, that's what guys do. But when girls cheat, it's like,
you're
such a bad person.
He like fucks another girl the next day.
Relationships are amazing. I think that they can be very like beneficial with the right person, but when you're with the wrong person, like it can suck the life out of you.
Having sex with someone like is intimate. It's supposed to be intimate, and like I do not believe that if we're in a relationship, like I will be okay with like knowing you're doing that with other people. I only have 2 bodies, so I'm like I don't like you're digging yourself a deeper hole the more you just kind of like share yourself out there, because you never know what other people are going through, what like burdens they carry. I hate men. I hate all men. Like we just take and like fuck them.
Welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us. I'm your host, Zach Evans, along here with my co-host, Muhammad Molay. And first of all, thank you to all of our listeners. We've been getting a ton of growth and engagement over the last few weeks. So today we got a couple special guests for you guys. Why don't you guys go ahead, introduce yourself to the audience, your name, what you do, and your star sign. And you can go first.
Wow, star signs. I like this already. My name's Emily Phelps. I own a med spa called Heaven on Sunset on the Sunset Strip. And my star sign is Cancer.
Awesome. And how about you?
Hi, I'm Mia Pierre. I'm a fitness influencer, you can say. I mostly post on TikTok, but I've been starting to post on Instagram, and my star sign is a Taurus.
Taurus.
Mm-hmm.
I know all about you guys. I didn't expect you to be a Taurus.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never really gotten into like, oh, you're this or you're this. Like I've never really done that before, but what does that mean?
Taurus are very fun.
Okay.
But a little bit dangerous.
Okay.
A little bit dangerous.
Okay.
Bad for my mental health, yeah.
Okay. Reasonable.
But I have a funny Taurus story, actually. I'll tell you guys later. But first of all, let me ask you guys, I think you'll have an interesting opinion on this. LA is kind of known as being a very difficult place to date. It's like there's sociopaths, there's like sugar daddies, there's fake people. Mm-hmm. How has your guys' dating experience been in LA, and how does it kind of relate to where you maybe came from, and what did you kind of learn from it? And we'll start with you.
Oh, man. I actually moved to LA in 2012. My college sweetheart actually moved here before I did. And this was back when Instagram like just became a thing. And I moved here like maybe a year after he did. And we were together for like 7 years. I came out here, I started establishing my like beauty business, and he was like very much in the club scene. So he would always like have all these girls that he was around and stuff, and he would send them to me and they would become my clients. And
sounds healthy. Yeah.
After about a year of doing that, I got very close to my clients, and a lot of them started talking, and I eventually figured out that like pretty much the whole time that we were long distance that he was cheating on me with like all these Instagram models at the time. Yeah, so that was really fun. Ended that relationship and was single for the first time after that. Being single in LA was like fun in my 20s, but I'm a little older now, so it's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, I've had a few not so great experiences personally. What
in LA?
You? Yeah.
Okay. I honestly, like, I have not really explored the scene. I recently just moved here. So I'm kind of dealing with like obviously college right now, but I haven't really been to like explored a lot of LA. I'm just dealing with a lot of like amateur like stuff right now, like frats, honestly. Yeah, but I don't really, it's not really my scene.
Top tier guys. In there
Yeah,
for sure.
like, I don't know. I think everyone's just figuring themselves out. But back at home, I think everyone was I was really locked in and focused with like what I had to do, obviously. Like, I'm going to UCLA right now, so that was kind of my priority. And I think that with the gym and everything, I'm constantly in a state of like, I need to evolve and grow. So do you think that relationships like hold you back?
Well, I think in LA specifically, most people come here because, I mean, I've heard this actually be said in so many different ways, but people come here because they're following a dream. And I think that is usually more important than being in a relationship.
100%.
Specifically for people in LA, because you're coming here because you want to be an actor or a model, or like a lot of people move here for that reason. And I think it's like not really part of the culture. Like if you go to the South in Texas, like people are getting married a lot younger and like starting families a lot younger. But out here, I don't feel like that's like a forefront for people.
It's a very fast moving environment. Yeah.
How old were you when you were dating your ex?
So I moved here when I was 24. Yeah. So I was 24 and I think we broke up around like 26. So when I was 26 was the first time I was like really single, I guess.
So you started dating when you were 19 in Texas.
Yeah.
And then you guys were together for 7 years. And what period were you guys long distance?
I guess like I was like 22, 23. He was like a few years older than me too.
A few years being how many years?
4 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when you broke up when you were in LA.
Yes, we broke up in LA. How did I can't remember how I think I went through his phone. That's what happened. He was asleep one night.
Very
and
stable
it
relationship.
Because there was a lot of buildup. So it wasn't like, I wasn't really that kind of person, but it was like all of these like red flags kept coming up. People kept telling me things. And of course I was crazy for thinking these things and whatever. And one night he came home, he wasn't answering his phone that night, I remember. And I was so mad. He came home and he fell asleep on the couch. And it was when you had the thumbprint on the phone. It was before the facial recognition.
And you did that while he was sleeping?
And so he was asleep and I took his hand and put it on the phone and I just went to town and I was just like, and like halfway through it, I was so mad and emotional. I remember I went in there and started like beating him with a pillow.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? And he's waking up out of his sleep like, what's going on? And I'm like, what's this? And then he kind of like came to, and I remember thinking like, wait, you didn't like go all the way through his phone. So I ran back to the bathroom and locked myself in the bathroom.
Oh God.
And he's like banging on the door, like trying to like get in the bathroom. And I'm like, and what's this? And what's this? Like going through the bathroom. And then he ends up like banging the door down. And
so he broke the door down and then did what?
I mean, nothing like physical happened or anything. He took his phone back and, you know, it was just a whole chaotic situation.
How do you try to like justify it? Like, what do you say?
Well,
I don't think he could justify it in that moment. I think there was a lot of justifying that went on like months prior to that like couldn't be justified anymore.
Yeah.
The main question is, what did you even see?
Oh man, it was just like him trying to like, there was like certain girls that had like started telling me stuff because, you know, they were my clients or whatever. And it was like him messaging them being like, why would you tell her that? Like, da da da. And, you know, so it was like him trying to cover his tracks. And then, you know, there was other situations like, you know, let's take this to the grave and, you know, whatever. So,
but was he, so okay, was this that he was texting girls and like flirting with them and like saying these things, or did you find proof that like he was actually hooking up with them?
It was like hooking up for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
And like the messed up part was like at this point I had also created friendships with some of these people. And so it was messed up because they also were keeping these secrets from me, you know what I mean? And they like kind of knew what was going on. So I was kind of in the dark about things. And that was like, you know, I felt really stupid and really
Sure.
like
I mean, amateur,
embarrassed, of course.
the amateur mistake part of the whole situation is that he was hooking up with these girls and then referring them to you and connecting the dots himself, which is just a
it was
classic
fucked up because he
way
was
of-
low-key still trying to help out my business, you know,
Right.
because that also helped him out in a way, you know,
Right.
like
It's a classic way of a person subconsciously wanting to get caught. And so typically people who do things like this feel guilty deep down and want to get caught to a certain extent. And so they just do these random unthinkable things that you'd be like, this doesn't even make any sense. Why would you do this?
yeah.
Nah, I think it was just dumb. I don't believe all that. Oh, subconscious.
I think he wanted to have his
he didn't
cake and
wanna
eat
get
it
caught. He
too.
would've just get caught then.
Well, listen, one
Just
of the
admitted
most
it.
fucked up things, and this actually fucked with me for a long time, was I remember asking him, like, why would you do that? Like, what was the purpose? Like,
process,
why not just, like, be single, you know? And he was
Mm-hmm.
like, I really don't know, because, like, every time that I cheated on you, it made me love you more. And I was like,
That sounds like a gaslight.
that is like
101.
so fucked up, because why wouldn't you just stop after the first time if you realize
So
that?
how many times?
Oh, it was numerous times, like probably at least 10, if not more.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, there's a secret trick you can use to find out if a guy is seeing other girls. A girl did it to me, actually. That's how I know about it. It was genius.
Okay, let's hear this.
So, okay. Actually, it was a Taurus, too.
Let
So
me
I'm
take
on
notes.
Okay.
I'm on a third date with this Taurus, right? And we're at Catch. Everything's good. She seems like the most sweet little innocent angel, you know, everything at the time. And all of a sudden, I see my ex, and she's walking toward us. And this is like my fiery ex. So I'm like, oh, what is she going to do this time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she comes over, hey, good to see you, Zach. Like, gives me a big hug and kind of like holds the hug too long, where I'm kind of like, all right, my date's like literally right here. Like, it's kind of awkward. So I'm like, I introduce them, but I don't tell my date that that's my ex. I'm just like, oh, that's my friend Laura. And then all of a sudden they like hit it off and they like become best friends in the moment. Oh my God, I love your dress. And I guess they've worked with like a lot of the same photographers and they know some of the same mutuals and stuff. And they never get each other's contact information. So I'm like, all right, I think I dodged a bullet. I think I'm good. But then the next day I get a knock on the door. And so I go downstairs, open the door, nobody's there. And so I look down and there's this big like bouquet of flowers like by the door. And so I pick up the note and I open the note and there's no name on the note. It's just like a smiley face. And not like the emoji, like the serial killer, like the 2 dots and the little semicolon, like that smiley face. So I'm like, is my friend
So she's a
pranking me?
millennial.
I'm like, yeah, exactly right. I'm like, is my mom being weird again? Like, what the fuck? But then I look closer and I notice that they're French tulips. And I remember she had told me on the first date that French tulips were her favorite flower.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh shit. So I FaceTime her. She picks up, she's with her friend. And I'm like, hey, I just want to say thank you so much for the flowers. Like, that was very thoughtful of you. And her and her friend look at each other and they start dying laughing, like cracking up. And I'm like, what? And her friend's like, you passed the test, Zach. You passed the test. And Charles like, no, don't tell him. Don't tell him. I'm like, what's the test? And she goes, okay, fine. And she goes, I didn't know if you were still seeing the girl from last night. So I got you anonymous flowers. And if you knew that they were from me, it means you're not seeing other girls. But if you didn't know, that means you are seeing other girls.
Why would she get you the tulips that she said that were her favorite if she really wanted to be like?
I think she wasn't maybe the smartest.
Or
So
maybe
she
that was
or
the
maybe that was like
one
the clue,
hint that it
you
was
know?
going to be her.
But
No.
like, because on the first, I mean, she said it like offhanded. It's not like we had a big discussion about
Oh,
you know,
okay.
her favorite flowers and stuff. So I don't know if that's why. But I was also like, wait, how did you know that was my ex? Because I had never told her that. And she points at the phone and she goes, Zach, Tauruses know everything. Never forget it. And they start like laughing again. And I was like, it was crazy though, because we dated for like 2 years. And all my friends were like, oh, she's crazy. She's psycho. Because she would like do stuff like that. But I actually think she was just like misunderstood. Because she was actually like one of the most caring people I ever dated. But it's like she
It's
felt
thoughtful,
shit
but
so
it's also because she's
strongly.
trying to. She's not being manipulative, but she's trying to like figure you out in a way,
Yeah,
in her
yeah,
own
yeah.
way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So when you broke up with him, you broke up in LA, right?
Yes.
Because you guys were living together at that time.
Yes.
And how did that go?
How did the breakup go?
Sure.
Like,
I mean,
as
I'm
far as
assuming
like,
you.
yeah, it was a little bit weird because we were living together at the time, and oh man, there was like a lot of back and forth because technically it was my place, so I was, kicking him out of my place, but he still had things there, so he would like randomly either go over there when I was at work and like get things or whatever, and there was one time where we got into an argument. I can't remember what it was about, but like he went over to my house and like took a bunch of my shit, like things that like he knew that would upset me. I won't say what they were, but certain little things that he knew that I would know were missing or, whatever. So he took some of my stuff. I get home from work and I realized that there's a few things that were missing, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker. And I remember calling him and being like, oh, like, you just wait. Like, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but I'm going to get you back. Right. Mm-hmm. So I like go out and like party with my friends. And, I knew where he was staying because he was staying with like one of his friends I knew that he was staying at, and go out to the club that night. And I'm on the way home and I'm in the Uber, and I tell the Uber driver, I'm like, hey, actually, like, take a detour down here because I wanted to go see if, like, his car was parked at his friend's house. Mm-hmm. And so his car's there, and I, like, reach my purse, and I forgot that I had his spare key to his car with me. So I decided that if you're going to take my shit, that I'm going to steal your car.
Oh, my gosh.
Jesus.
You guys.
So I was like, you know what, Uber, you can like drop me off here. I'm good. And I get in his car and I drive home. And the next morning I had like all these missed calls from him or whatever. And I finally answered the phone and he's like, oh my God, like I think my car got stolen last night. Oh my God, did you take my car? And I was like, I don't know. Did I take your car?
Oh my God.
Did you take some of my stuff? And he's like, you get bitch. He's like going off, and I'm like, well, we could do a trade if you want.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you where your car is at. And I didn't even park it at my house. I parked it like down the street somewhere where like, whatever. So I remember I was hungover that day too because I had gone out the night before, and he's like, I'm gonna come get my car, and I like intentionally was not home when he got there. I like went to In-N-Out with my dog. And so he gets to the house, he's like, where's my car? It's not in the garage. Da, da, da. He's like going crazy. Mm-hmm. And I ended up pulling up with my dog, my little Pomeranian, out of the car. And he's sitting there, and it was like 100 degrees outside. And he's sitting on the stairs just like sweating. And I pull up and I'm like, hey, how are you? So yeah, I stole my ex's car for revenge.
Weren't you scared that he was going to call the cops?
I mean, you live with me. Like, your stuff is in my house.
Uh-huh.
And then she could be like, well, he stole stuff from me to the cops,
I mean, technically in Texas, it would be common law marriage. I don't know what the laws are.
Yeah, but you weren't in
California.
Texas.
Well, you know what, honey? Call the cops.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'm charming.
Okay, sure. So then you were 26 at this point.
Yeah, I was about 26.
Okay. And how many years ago was this?
Do you want to know my age?
Well, no, I'm just curious because you said
I feel
Uber,
like we're
so
doing
it wasn't
math
like
here.
that long ago.
I was pretty long. I'm 38 years old, so I'm kind of old.
Okay, so this is 12 years ago. So that is okay. That's interesting.
I don't think that would be something that wouldn't be how I would move now.
Well, I would hope.
But
so.
like, when you're 20
One
years
could only
old,
hope.
your boyfriend cheated on you. He's taking your shit. Like you gotta retaliate somehow. And I think that was pretty harmless.
But his
car
have
was
to
not
retaliate?
harmed. There was no vehicles harmed.
Which is that's nice.
And he started it, so I mean,
Sure.
I have a question for you. Okay, like girl to girl. So I had an ex, or I have an ex, and this was like 2 years ago. And so obviously this was my first relationship, so I wanted to know like every little thing about him. That's just how like I was or am. And so I asked him all about like his past like hookups and like everything like that. And basically like he told me he hooked up with this girl and she cheated on her boyfriend with him. Right. So then I was at this party with my friends, and my boyfriend at the time wasn't there. And when I left, he came, because at this time I had to be home at a certain time. So then he came, and that girl that cheated on her boyfriend with him was there. And I didn't really know this girl. I had nothing against her really. Do you count this as cheating? He was like, I need to charge my phone. So she took him to a room and plugged his phone in, whatever. And the topic of them fucking came up, and he was like, yeah, and I remembered it. I remember you cheated on your man or something with me. And she was like, yeah, and I don't regret it. And then I kind of forget like every little thing that happened in between, but I remember I found out and I was pissed.
But did they do anything, or she just said like well, basically, if she's sitting there saying I didn't regret it, she's saying I would do it again.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
But okay, so wait, what's the question though exactly?
Like, is that like some sort of like? But then he was like, he continued to like hang out,
entertain.
But I don't know if they did anything. I don't think they did. But I was just like really confused.
So he told you that she said that, obviously.
Yeah. And he was like, I thought it was her house, and I was like, everyone knew it was not her house. Like everyone knew the host.
I'll say this: you can't always like control what like someone else does. Like in the instance with like my ex, like I actually ended up being friends with a lot of the girls that he cheated on me with, because they didn't owe me shit. He did, you know, like he was the one that was either lying to them and saying that he didn't have a girlfriend or whatever it was. Like they didn't know what the situation was, or even probably know me for that matter. But I say that to say you can't always control like what a girl does, and the fact that he was even open enough to tell you that happened hopefully means that nothing happened. But like you can't always control like other females, and also like women, if they see a guy with like a beautiful woman or like a girl that maybe they're envious of, it makes the man more appealing. Like a girl will go after a guy, like even if a girl's with an ugly dude and that girl is
that's
hot,
always a thing.
Then other girls are gonna be like, I don't care how ugly that guy is. There's something about him. Either he has like big pockets or big something else. You know what I mean? So, I think that it was actually like a good thing that he was honest with you and like told you what happened. And girls are shady. Like men have their issues, but girls can be just.
I mean, the thing is, I met that girl that night. I don't think I was aware that was her. And I liked her. Like, I think, like, maybe, I don't know, she was, like, tipsy. I don't know. I don't think they would have, like, done anything. She was, like, sweet.
Did she know that was your boyfriend?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
What did your intuition
That's a little
say?
shady.
If
she knew,
my God,
that's shady.
Yeah. I mean, there was this whole thing with my ex. And this is, like, my ex. Like, I don't say, like, oh, this is some guy I dated. And then it was just like we're constantly on and off. And then like when we were off, like some things would happen, some shady things would happen. And then
what do you mean when you're off, some shady things would happen?
Like when we were dating, but like still.
When you were dating or when you weren't?
Weren't.
Okay.
Weren't.
What do you mean some shady? What are shady things?
I mean, we would do things to make each other jealous, like petty things, and like people.
You both would do to each other.
Like in the beginning, less of me, more him, but towards the end, I completely fucked him over. Like, bad.
You did what?
I like got with someone else. Like I hooked up with someone else. And it was like, we were constantly on and off. And like.
But you were broken up at that point.
No, at this point we were like talking again, like dating basically, and then everyone knew we would like it was just like this, we would like post each other, so everyone was like, okay, like they're dating. And I actually like got with some guy he knew, and
okay,
God.
that's the part.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other
Yeah,
part
but
is,
also, how many other things did he do that made you do that?
It was like, yeah, I mean,
I hate that
I'm not
logic.
saying
okay, yeah,
that
no, I'm not
was
justifying it.
Girl
Nobody's
logic.
But also, he had
justifying
to do
it.
a lot of things to make you want to do that.
That's nor here nor there. Look, if somebody does extremely terrible things, right? You have to have the ability and capability to do the same exact thing, right? Without it, then you just won't. The reality of it is, if somebody just kills someone on the side of the road, right? You're not going to be like, oh, I could do the same thing. You just won't. It's either you're a killer or you're not.
But I think in your very first relationship is like you're learning jealousy, you're learning like distrust and like forgiveness and all of these things. And so like if you don't understand forgiveness or jealousy or all of these things, you're gonna like, that's how you learn, is by doing those kind of things in your first relationship. I mean, you two have both had your first relationship. How fucked up were those? They had to not be like the most
value
functional
systems. No, you either have a solid value system, a moral system, or you don't. That's the bottom line. Yes, you could become better and grow. I agree with that. However, I don't think you start to like attract negative morality from like having a terrible partner. I had some very toxic relationships, but the things that my exes did to me, I would never do to them.
Have you ever cheated?
No. But that has nothing to do with anything. Like my exes were like, I have this one ex who used to like scream, yell, fucking try to like fight and like all do these, hit me, like fucking do something, like you're a little bitch, like blah blah blah, like all these things. And like there's not an ounce of me that felt the rage to want to hit this girl. Not once. I would look at her and I would just think to myself, like, you're just fucking crazy out of your mind. Like and I would just like sit there and be like, why are you so quiet? Like, you make me even more crazy acting like this. And I'm like, I'm not trying to.
You were raised well.
But that's precisely my point. I did. But the thing is that if a person who's capable of doing this, right? If I looked at her and I was like, you know what, you want to get hit, right? That's on me. That's not because she said hit me. That's because I was capable of doing it, and I would do it to anybody else probably if I was that type of a person. And that's just the bottom line. I had this other ex, and I had co-signed a car for her. Okay. And this is like during the time that we were in a relationship. And she wasn't really a responsible type of person. She didn't have a responsible personality. So she was, forget this, forget that, or whatever. And she was very avoidant. So she would just, not want to deal with stuff. And so one of my rules when I co-signed the car was, okay, the payments are going to go out of my account and you'll just like Zelle me or whatever. You'll just send me the money. And that was on auto pay. So like every month the money would just automatically come into my account, and then my account was, paying that payment. And when we broke up, she went along with like paying the payments for like a couple months, and then she stopped paying them. Right. Obviously I co-signed the car. At this point I have like 820 credit. So I'm not going to fuck my own credit up. So I'm continuously paying the payments. And I had a conversation. I kept like calling, trying to get a hold of her. Hey, like, are you going to pay? Blah, blah, blah. This went on for about 6 months until I decided to go and take the car. Yeah. But the reason why it went on for so long was because I felt bad for her. And I felt like, okay, maybe she's in like a bad situation, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to fuck her over. I went and I had a conversation. And so the situation kind of just like got crazy when I called her and was like, hey, I'm going to have to come get this car. Cause like, I can't, like, you're just like not paying the payments. And then at that point she came downstairs and she's like yelling at me, saying these things. And I really like, it's just my personality. I'm not a type of person that would fuck somebody over. I'm just not, it's just not in me. And so when I had that conversation with her, I was like, look, like, I understand you're in a bad situation. I understand that you're not doing well. I understand all these things, but at least please try and like do the right thing. And I left the car there for her. And I just left. Yeah. And about a week later, she called me and she was like, hey, I'm going to send you like half the payments that I owe you. And she just paid it. And then she was like, I appreciate you like not fucking me over or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is this, that if somebody else already had, if I had decided to take the car because of everything that she had done is acceptable, you know, because at that point it's like, hey, you've already done this. Like, you know, I have every right.
Better than what I did because I actually stole it.
Well, obviously, but
it's a little more
right. But I think that the your value system and who you are as a person, right? It really shows when shit hits the fan. And now all of a sudden you actually have to truly show up and really show who you are as a person. Because when things are good and everybody's happy, then obviously it's easy to be a good person. Because nothing bad is happening. Why would it be so difficult to be a good person at that point?
I agree with everything you're saying, but I think when you're younger and it's your first love, there's emotions that you've never felt before. So sometimes, like, when you're younger, you don't know how to deal with those emotions. You know, you don't know how to deal with jealousy or like those things. And I think it's a normal thing to be triggered to be spiteful or to be vengeful and all those things. And I think with age and with experience, you learn that like that really gets you nowhere.
Look, you knew that fucking somebody was that his friend?
But also he hurt her. So she was.
Wait, but did you do it? Was it out of like, I'm going to get him back? Or was it just like, oh, this is exciting. I haven't had many relationships.
Intentions matter.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you said, I never even like thought of it when everything was like, you know, everything go lucky.
Well, because you're coming from like he hurt you, and that's probably why you were. I don't want to say inspired. That's probably not the right word, but like tempted to like hurt him back.
You've heard the saying, "Hurt people," right?
Exactly.
It is true, but also I think
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that's how you learn.
Yeah, but also I think being a better person, being the bigger person, right, is how everybody should function, regardless of what another person does to you.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, yeah, I think like when you're growing, like when you hit like 20, 21, if you're doing these things, if you're cheating on someone, like at your grown age, like what are you doing? Like, I think it comes with like experience. And I think obviously now I would like know, like seeing the repercussions and like him coming to me and, you know, just obviously he came to my house. He was pissed because the thing that happened after it, basically I had a girlfriend and we were like hanging out all year and I thought we were pretty close. Like I would show up for her whenever she needed it. And like, so basically he called her one day and was like tell me everything. And so she told him everything on the phone. And honestly,
Your girlfriend
my
did?
girlfriend. And honestly, I'm glad she did. I mean, at the end of the day, like, he deserved to know because I didn't have the guts to tell him. I was so scared to tell him because I knew what I did was wrong. And I remember I was at a party and I started sobbing because I felt so guilty. And I was like, holy shit, like, I like feel horrible. I know what I did was wrong. And everyone in like my like space like knew that I did it, but everyone was just kind of waiting. Like it was like a ticking time bomb, and I was just like, it was just like this doom, like this cloud over my shoulders. And I know like everyone's like, okay, well if you felt so bad, why didn't you tell him? Like be a better person, be the bigger person. But oh my god, he was my first relationship, my first love. So like I was just like
and
dying.
You learned from that.
Yeah, I mean obviously like.
So your friend told him, and then what happened?
And then he came to my house, yelled, da 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 da, and then it was this whole big thing, and I took like a deep breath. I was like. And he was like, you know who told me? You know who told me? Your best friend. Like I called her and she told me everything, like spared no detail. And I was like, shit, like, okay, like, all right. And I acted like I knew.
Are you still friends with this girl?
Oh, girl, no. But the way the thing.
That's definitely breaking girl code.
I mean, shit, yeah. I like knew, and he told me it was her. And so I was like, dude, I said her name. I texted her. I was like, let's call her Taylor. I was like, Taylor, like, what the fuck? And she was like, she had the nerve to pretend she didn't tell him. Like,
At least own it.
Wait, but hold on. Okay, go.
And he apparently, when they were calling, he was like, but don't worry, I won't tell her it's you. Like, I won't tell her, like, it's you. Like, Taylor, just tell me. Like, she was like, promise you won't tell her, like, it was me. Like, bitch, like, what? Like, just, like, be like, hey, Mia, like, I'm a good person. I'm going to tell your boyfriend you cheated on him, right?
Yeah.
Like, but then she, like, was like, I didn't. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? What happened? And I was like, there's no way. And it was not even the shit I got from, like, people, like, which was, like, a month, like, people were giving me shit about it, and I kind of just, like, took it, because obviously I deserve it, but that didn't hurt me the most. It was the fact that this girl who I valued so much, and I wouldn't say my best friend, but we hung out damn near every day.
Did the guy cheat on you first?
He never, well, okay, well, he was
Not
a
that
grade
it
above
matters.
me. Not that,
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
Yeah.
Well,
And
kind of matters.
this
Like, what
is-
do you
this-
mean?
yeah.
Like,
It does matter, but what I'm saying is that, like, okay, wait, did he cheat?
He didn't, I don't think he, like, no one ever told me, like, the guy did this with another girl, like, but there were, like, multiple instances. I would catch him doing, like, basically, like, micro cheating. Like, he would be like, do you get,
So
you know,
this
you
is
know,
this
What's
is the reason why I'm
Like
asking is
emotional
because
cheating.
like you're saying all your friends and everybody, like, came down so hard on you, and I feel like when guys cheat, people are like, that's what guys do, but when girls cheat, it's like,
the
you're
biggest
such a bad person. What's
fucking
wrong
deal.
with you? You're a cheater.
Because it's different. It is different. The reality of it is,
yeah,
biologically.
because we have to be pushed.
whoa,
No,
biologically,
no.
We have to be
Wait,
forced
hold
to
on.
cheat. You guys just do it, and
Biologically-
it's like,
No, biologically, it takes a lot more for a woman to cheat than it is for a man to cheat. I could look at a girl and be like, hey, she's hot, have sex with her, and then be done. For a girl to cheat, you have
and
to
then
go
it'll make
through
you
a
love
whole...
me more. Is that how it works?
You have to go through a whole emotional attachment and talk to this person back and forth, and then go through this whole thing in order to then be comfortable with actually cheating. Most women who end up cheating on their husband or their partner have already disconnected from the relationship while before they actually do end up cheating on them. So there's a massive difference between the two.
I agree.
And the bottom line of it is that if men cheat, they're not detached from the relationship. Majority of the time, generally speaking, men could cheat and still come back to the relationship, and the relationship be
And love
completely
you
fine.
more?
I don't know. Look, that could be theoretically true if he was a type of person that would tell the truth. But you know, it might be his, like, kind of thing that, like, he would cheat on you and then feel like a man, and then just, be in love with you for, like, still let me. I mean, I don't know. That could
honestly, my friend told her, they were dating, and this was, like, really recent. So, like, she was like, we need to go on a break, whatever, and because he was just really shitty at communicating, like, he's a boy, and then she was like, we need to go on a break, and he, like, fucks another girl the next day, shows up, and we see them, and, like, he has hickeys all over his neck. And, like, we were talking, I was like, fuck him, like done, like, cut him off, like, you guys are done. And she like, well, like what you said, like, guys will do that, guys can do that and still be, like, love you and be attached to you. And that's just, like, 100%.
If a girl cheats, she's probably checked
done.
out. of the relationship.
Honest, I was like mentally, emotionally detached, because we were just arguing all the time, because, mind you, he was older than me, he was gone to college, I was still, like, in high school, so we were constantly arguing, and, like, it got to a point where, like, really weird things were happening. I visited him in college for this, like, big festival event that was going on, and he was living in an apartment complex with his friends, and obviously there was girls living there his age, and all the girls were pretty sweet, and then there was, like, one girl. Oh, and I looked through his phone while he was sleeping too. Yeah. And
I told you
yeah,
Tauruses.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Now you gotta tape their eyes open and, like, it's too difficult now.
I feel like Face ID's easier. You just, like, cover
no,
it,
because
you
their
know?
eyes have to be open.
I don't think they have to be open. Is that
Have to
the-
be
No,
open.
I knew his password. I was like,
or that.
Smart.
yeah. And then Snapchat, and so, like, obviously I was going through that, and this one girl he was living with she was just the weirdest bitch. Like I was saying hi to everyone. He was like, say hi to my girlfriend, and she was like, no.
That's when you know.
And I was like,
that's
so
when you know.
I looked through this like,
Weird.
oh my god, I looked through the videos that they have saved in their chats, and he there's a video of him, and he's like, I just got home from the bar and I'm about to take a shower. Come over because I'm drunk as fuck right now, or like I'm faded as fuck right now. And then like the next snap is like a photo of his bed, and like he has like a dog, his dog on a pillow, and she like drew like a heart. It was the weirdest fucking thing, and he was trying to explain it to me, and he was
drawing
like,
a whole treasure map for you.
I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, like explain your
You're
way
like,
out of
I
this
found the
one.
gold.
And he was like, yeah,
In your
I went to take a
Snapchat.
shower when she came in, so we missed each other. Like, does that make sense to you? Like, does that make sense to you? No.
No.
So yeah, I mean, what why was he trying to lie at that point?
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like, we just wanted to stay with each other. I mean, that's the reason why I didn't tell him, and that's the reason he kept making up bullshit, and I still stayed, and I wanted to believe it, even if I hated his guts to the point where I would do that to him and continue to lie and not tell him. It was just constantly, it was just a cycle and this constant going back and forth, and like I guess that was but what, like,
Can a relationship truly recover after infidelity, do you think?
no.
I mean, I think it's possible. I think that it has to be like a mutual, like, you both have to want to fix the relationship. You both have to like forgive, which is like one of the hardest things to do. When I broke up with my ex for 7 years, like, we didn't talk for 7 years after that. And during the pandemic, I went home and he saw that I was home and he was like, hey, can you meet up for lunch or whatever? We ended up meeting up and he apologized. Like, I finally got the apology that I thought that I never was going to get. And it was actually like a very healing moment. We are friends now. But it took a 7-year break.
Glad after you stole his car.
After I
you guys
stole
can
his
be
car, I
friends.
think he knew. Like, I'm
Have
not
you
gonna
been
fucking
in any
him.
other relationships ever since?
I've been in one other relationship.
And how long was that?
Oh, it was like about a year.
And you've been single for the past 11 years.
Yeah.
Got it.
Majority of that time I've been single. You know, like,
Is there any hope?
relationships are amazing. I think that they can be very like beneficial with the right person, but when you're with the wrong person, like, it can suck the life out of you. And I personally feel like I've accomplished more being single because I didn't have someone else to worry about or, you know, take me out of my focus.
Do you have any desire to be in any relationships in the future?
I mean, yes, I do want that, but I'm also like in a place right now where I'm like so like content. And I don't have anyone like to tend to. I can like do my own thing, and I think that's very like freeing and refreshing, and like my mind is like clear and free, and I don't have to like worry about somebody cheating or doing this or doing that. I do want to be in a relationship. I do want to have kids. I do believe in marriage, but I also am like one of those people that's like, if I don't get those things, then I'm like okay with that. I think that, you know, what's meant for me will
Happen.
be there for me always. And right now I'm like in a place where I'm like putting all my focus into my business because that's something that's going to like give back, and that's not going to like one day decide like, okay, never mind, I don't want this anymore, bye.
Do you prefer a monogamous relationship or open relationship?
I mean, I think it's I would like a monogamous relationship. I think we're all like trained to want that.
Brainwash, you mean?
But yes. But I also like feel like there is how do I say this? Like, you should let people be who they are always. Like, even if they're doing something you don't want them to do, let them do it, because then you see like what they would rather be doing or what they want to be doing. Trying to like control people, I think, is like the easiest way to like screw up any situation, because you have to let people be who they are.
So if a guy you started dating said, "Hey, I want to be in an open relationship," is that something you would accept, or would you say, "No, I want monogamy"?
I think it like I honestly don't really know at this point in my life, because I'm not saying that I would be open to it, but I would appreciate the honesty, at least like giving me the option to make the decision, instead of like pretending that you're going to try to be the person that I want you to be. And then like 3 years down the line, you're going to be like, oh, by the way, I actually really would prefer to be in an open relationship. Because I think that's what men do a lot, is they like form into this like person that they think that you want them to be. And then they're that until they get you. And then they get you and they're like, oh, never mind. This is who I really am.
Yes, but also like there is some level of like, okay, when you first meet somebody, you're putting in more effort to like wine and dine them more. And then at some point it's like, okay, like can we just chill and like watch Netflix?
Yeah, absolutely. You know? But I think like,
yeah, it's not like you meet the first like you don't go on a date and then the first thing you say to them is, "Oh, hey, by the way, when my ex and I broke up, I stole his car." Like,
no.
You know, you just don't. You know, no. That's just the reality of it. It's like nobody meets, and like any single person that is in a situation where they just met someone, right? They're always putting up a front, showing their best self.
Yeah, at least for the first year. I don't feel like you really even
put on
know
makeup,
for the first year.
you know, fix your hair, you do your nails, and then once you become comfortable with them, then you know your nails are broken for a week. You're no makeup when you wake up, like all these things. And it's just I think that's just how it is. Once you become more comfortable, then you're more yourself. So I think it would be unrealistic to expect people to, just like say the most sort of outrageous or controversial or the things that they think that other people might not agree with right off the bat, because then the other person would look at you and be like, damn, like you're right. Like my wife right now, I could say the craziest shit and she'll look at me and be like, I still love you, versus like if in the beginning I said those things, she'll probably be like, I don't know about this guy.
About you. I feel like I come into relationships way more authentic now than I did in my 20s. I think in my 20s, I put on this like huge front, and I like always wanted to be like perfect and like always, like you said, have my hair done and my makeup and like all of these things. But I like to, now I kind of like to lead with my insecurities and like lead with those things. So it's not like you're not shocked, like I have extreme ADD. Like sometimes like I'm like extremely clean, and sometimes like, I need to hang my clothes up and they're laying on my bed, so like I go through phases.
Sure.
And
I think there's a difference between being fake, and filtering yourself. I think those are two complete different things. Like somebody who just like shows up and just says or lies and like makes up shit about who they are, is a completely different scenario than somebody who just isn't going to say the things that might throw somebody else off or like, turn them away. So no open relationships for you. For you, I'm assuming is also the same.
Yeah.
You also would want monogamy.
Yeah, I feel like when you're in an open relationship, there's just this emotional detachment that, okay, I do believe that having sex with someone like is intimate. It's supposed to be intimate, and like I do not believe that if we're in a relationship, like I will be okay with like knowing you're doing that with other people. I don't know. I think it's a mindset. It's just a preference of what you like, and it's totally fine. Like,
well, it's also like there's I believe there's a transfer of energy that happens, and it's also like if you're out here with like all these other people and they have all dark energy, and then you're coming back to me, like you're bringing that energy to me too. So that is something.
Why is their energy dark?
I'm just saying scenario, like
Got
if you are
potentially.
I'm not saying everyone has dark energy, but like you also like don't know what like people have dealt with, their traumas and like all those things. And I do feel like energy is transferred for sure.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So in your situation, you said that you think sex is intimate, right? Does that mean that you just don't have one night stands?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't?
No.
So only relationships?
Yeah.
And how long do you wait until you actually have sex with a guy?
I mean, I only have two bodies, so I'm like, I don't like really know. And
wait,
like,
how old are you again?
I'm 18.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And
okay.
like, I'm like college is like kind of not even a culture shock. Like I knew what I was getting into, but I mean, I don't know, I'm just telling my girlfriends like stay safe. Like you never know. But I had this thing where like I'm gonna be in a relationship if we're gonna have sex, and obviously it was that other guy that like obviously we weren't in a relationship with, but I've known that guy for a minute, like almost like 2 years. Yeah. So definitely no one night stands. I think that, energy is transferred. I think it should be intimate, and like, I think you're digging yourself a deeper hole the more you just kind of like share yourself out there, because you never know what other people are going through, what like burdens they carry.
Right. Okay. So are you also wanting to get married and have kids and all that stuff? Is that what the goal is? Or you said like not really?
Like I don't know.
She's not in a rush.
Like,
she's 18.
I just like,
girl, live your life. Don't rush.
Not a thing on my mind right now. Like
I mean, you don't have to rush, but I do think that if you desire something, okay, there's this thing that happens with women, especially in 2025 and so on, where I think a lot of women who want to be successful in their careers tend to focus their energy and their mindset on that, right? I'm going to study, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to do this, I'm going to become successful, all that stuff. And I think throughout that process, there's this shift that happens with their mindset where they naturally become more masculine and lose their femininity. And I think a part of what is always missed often is that just like going to the gym, you have to exercise your body in order to become more healthy and in shape and all those things. You also have to exercise your mind. And so once a woman exercises their mind to become more masculine, little by little, you lose that side of you that is more feminine. And then once you do end up being in a relationship with a guy who is also masculine, it's either you're clashing or it's very hard for you to go back and adapt femininity.
But it's also because like you've spent all this time not having to rely on a man for those things. So like you automatically adapt, as humans do, to those circumstances. So like I don't have someone to air up my tires. I got to do that. Like I don't have someone to put water in my radiator if my car is overheating. Like I've had to learn those things myself because I didn't have a man. Not because I didn't want a man, but because like I wasn't going to settle for a man that couldn't at least do that for me. If I can do that for myself, then I have to find a man that can at least do that and like a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? So it does, like, you're right in everything that you're saying, but it also like you adapt to those circumstances and like you do build that because it's like you don't have a man to rely on for those things, so you have to learn how to do them yourself.
Yeah, but the problem becomes...
So that means that the standard does go higher because like if I can do all these things for myself, what are you doing for me or providing for me?
But see what you just did? You just called it your standard going higher, right? Whereas a man who you would meet at that point would look at you and would find you too masculine.
I understand
and
that.
so it becomes much more difficult for a man to accept a woman who is way too masculine for them, and it takes away choices.
But also, I think the right man will put you in your feminine energy and take those responsibilities off of your shoulders, and it'll be like an organic situation. So like if you are intimidated by the fact that I can do all of these things for myself, and then you're not the man for me, and then also like the right man will find a way to put me in my feminine energy so that like I don't have to worry about those things. Oh babe, your tires are low, let me go do that for you. You know what I mean? And those things make you softer. They make you be like, oh, like I have someone that I can rely on that can put me in that energy. Yeah. But if you're coming into a situation and being intimidated because like I have a backbone and I have my shit together and I maybe don't need you for certain things, you can look at that as being overly masculine, or you can look at that as like admiration. I admire you for that. Like, I don't have to do these things, but let me find a way to put you in your feminine energy. Like, let me run you a bath with Epsom salt and light some candles for you. Like, those like little things that you can do for an overly masculine woman will put her in her feminine energy, and the right man will know how to do that.
I hear this a lot from a lot of women who are in their masculine majority of the time, who say the same exact thing, which is like, oh, like the right person will put you in your feminine. The problem is that a masculine man who tends to be at a higher level, you know, because the one that you're saying, oh, I have standards, right? Those high standards, a man that would meet those standards also has a lot of choices.
Absolutely.
And a man like that isn't going to want to waste time trying to force a person or even push them into their feminine, because as soon as they meet that person, they want to feel like that this person is already in their feminine. And I think that's where the challenge becomes, because the more you go into your masculine energy, the less you're capable of giving the vibe of that you are capable of being your feminine energy once you meet somebody who is capable of taking that on to begin with. So what I suggest and what I sort of advise from time to time is that it is ideal to try to, just like exercising your body, to exercise your mind while being in your masculine energy, to force yourself to be in your feminine energy as much as possible, even if you don't have a man to take care of you, because it only helps you find the right person who then when you meet you, they will say, okay, this is the person that I could see myself with because they have these feminine traits that I would want in a relationship. So good luck with that, you know, not being sure if you want to be married or not, which I understand, but just...
But if you're 18, it's like...
I know.
All right, I wouldn't be like,
I think
18,
she
all
wants
right,
those
time
things.
to
She
think
just
about
like
marriage.
has so much to experience. Like,
Yeah,
I think at 18, if you would have asked me that question, I would have been like, yeah, I want to be married and like have kids and all of that. But I would have been like, but I have so much life ahead of me to experience before I know what I want.
I mean, I know I want to get married and, you know, have kids, live the life, travel, whatever. I think I'm just in a place right now where, like, with this masculine and like feminine energy, obviously I got my niche, my whole niche is going to the gym. Like my audience are mainly women, and obviously I push out like be strong, like mentally, like have discipline, like advocate for yourself, like put yourself on like on a pedestal, like you are the prize. I think that honestly what I've seen in this like, you know, younger generation, whatever, is that when women are tapped into their masculine energy, honestly, there's just a lot more respect. I don't like.
Well, here's the thing too, is that like, okay, let's like, if you really want to talk about like back in the day, women couldn't even move without a man. You couldn't have a bank account. You couldn't do any of these things. So you had to be married to even be able to be financially stable or do anything. So I think we're in a phase now where, I'm not to say we don't need men. We need men. We need more masculine men. You know what I mean? But women are able to do more now than they were before. Like, you had to have a man to do anything. So now we don't need that, and we're establishing like ourselves without a man, and then we're like, okay, we're establishing ourselves, and if you fit into my bubble, then great. But also, like, if you don't, then I can still provide for myself. Like, that used to not be a thing.
Yeah, when I just see, like a lot of these, like, really, they're really tapped into their feminine energy, and like, that's what they love, that's what they do. They tend to get like bitched, like just so like through the mud. The guy is just no. So, but like when I'm with like a lot of my girlfriends, like they know their worth. Like I don't even say like maybe masculine energy, but just like they were constantly like, we are the prize.
Well,
like
you're
we
not
know
gonna
our worth.
settle.
Yeah, I mean, like we just tend to. There's just a lot more. We just tend to get treated better.
Mm-hmm. The hard part is, okay, so like I was raised very old school, right? My dad is like, you're paying for dinner, you're holding the door open, you're doing all this shit, right? And I'm
Thanks,
like, cool.
Dad.
I'm like, cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm down for that. But then what makes it tough is like, okay, here's an example. One girl I dated, most irresponsible person I ever met. I mean, she had like parking tickets from like 3 years ago. She's still in like paid. So I'm like, okay, let me take care of these for you. I'm like doing all these things for her. She like got in this, actually it was funny. She got in a car accident one time and she calls me like freaking out. She's like FaceTiming me. And I'm like, are you hurt? Like, are you okay? She's like, I'm fine. I'm just like stressed. I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, it's going to be okay. Just get out of the car, take a video. Let me see the video. I'll see what the damages are like. So she gets out, she takes the video, and out of the other car, this other girl gets out, and she's like freaking out, and she's on speakerphone with her dad. So they end up just like putting the phones together, and then like me and the dad like figure out the situation like through the phones. I'm like, yeah, let's not go through insurance, like the damages aren't that bad, whatever, right? And so like for this girl, I was doing all these things, helping the parking tickets, doing this for her. And I'm like, I'm not even expecting you to like clean the house, whatever, we have a maid. You don't even have to cook. Like we can hop in the BMW, go to Catch, get a fucking steak. But like do something. You know what I mean? Like draw me a picture or like something to like show that like you're also putting effort in. And so a lot of times I feel like, okay, I'm taking the masculine role, cool. But then if the girl's also like, yeah, I'm a boss bitch, I'm the prize. I'm like, yo, do something. Like you can't just like it can't be like a one-sided thing, you know?
I agree. Because there are like a lot of women that are like that are like just takers. Like they think like, oh my God, you have to like do everything for me. Like if somebody's doing something for me, like immediately I'm like, what can I do for that person? Like, or how can I like, even if it's like somebody that I feel like I can't buy them like the best gift or whatever, like what's something that like would be a nice gesture for them? Like, would they get a massage? Do they want to, you know, like that's just initially my response. And I feel like there's a lot of people out here that are not like that, that just like, I don't know if they're like spoiled or if they have like reverse daddy issues.
I think right now, oh my gosh, what I've been seeing everywhere is just like, I hate men. I hate all men. Like we just take and like fuck them. Like,
yeah. What do you guys talk about in your We Are the Prize Club?
What? That's like, okay. No. We
are the prize.
It's like, what? We're not the type of girls that are like, okay, like fuck him over, like whatever. Like, no. At the end of the day, when we're talking to someone, when we're talking to a guy, we're looking for a sustainable relationship. It's a give and take, 50-50, whatever. My girlfriends and I feel like we have a good balance of like, you know, a give and take, like a love. We actually like waiting to find love. But I don't think we're in this whole mindset of like, we hate men or like.
So like if you had a brother, yeah. And your brother is like this like great guy, just fantastic, right? And you wanna find a wife for him. Would you tell him to marry all your girlfriends?
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're good people, and like we're not like they are not the kind of people to want to fuck a guy over. If something's going wrong, they're gonna be like, hey, like
Yeah, but fucking a person over is just such an extreme extent of like the just like going to like I don't like that's not we don't have to go that far. It's just like being a decent person, right? And treating your partner well, right? Treating the person that you love well, where they don't feel that you're that they're in a one-sided relationship, just like how Zach was saying, right? And I think when like it's interesting because I think men who are masculine and men who are giving, like I haven't heard a single man who I respect, who I think is a good person, say I'm the prize. Like not once I've ever heard.
I don't know,
like
these days.
like I don't like it's just but I hear a lot of women say that they're the prize.
I think I have been in relationships where men have been like a life sucker, like sucked the life out of me, but I've also been in relationships where like they elevate me, where like that's what I'm looking for more now is like, can you teach me something? Can you like not make my life better like money wise, but like my quality of life, like do you know how to calm me down when I'm like upset or like these certain things? Like the things that I looked for in my 20s are like so different than the things that I look for now. And like, I really just want somebody that's like a better person than me, really.
Yeah. And that's obviously like that's great. But what I'm trying to say is that I've noticed that the group of people, whether it's a man or a woman, it doesn't really matter. Those who tend to proclaim that they're the prize tend to often be those who never get picked.
The worst thing that ever happened to you.
No, not the worst thing that ever happened to you, but it's just like I've noticed this a lot where it's like I see people who are very giving, who are very respectful, who are very respected, that they never say that they're the prize, but the ones who constantly proclaim that they're the prize just never get picked.
Right.
And somehow I think to myself, if a bunch of people were passing by a diamond that was on the floor,
what are you basing the prize on? Like, what is?
But precisely, if a bunch of people were passing by a diamond that was on the floor, they would pick it up. Everybody would want to pick it up, right? And that would be the prize. But if nobody's picking you up, then is that because you were the prize and nobody wants to pick you up, or maybe you're not the prize and you're just delusional about it?
A lot of work to do.
I
think there's. You know what? I feel like there's actually a lot more delusional women out there than men, because you watch all of these like TikTok videos where they're asking like girls questions, and I literally cringe at those sometimes because I'm just like, oh my God, like you're giving us all a bad rep. You know, like what was that guy? Who was the guy that died that used to like call girls out? What was his name?
Black guy.
Yeah.
I know what you were talking about. Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, Kevin Sam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I actually low-key fucked with that guy. Even though it was like some of his things, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he's like, that's so mean. But he was being honest, you know? Like, I think there's a lot of girls out there that are like very, very delusional in like what their dating pool actually is or should be. Like there's girls out there that are like a hot 3 with a filter and they're like, I deserve a billionaire that's like chiseled jawline and 6'5" and all this, and it's like, honey, do you know what a treadmill is? The fuck? You are kidding me. You want a 6-pack and you've got 3 rolls. What are we talking about?
That is funny. Yeah, there's a lack of humbleness.
Delusion is what it is.
That I think is taking over the society, which is unfortunate. But I think at a certain point, people will come to understand that they are being delusional because life will hit you back, and that's just the reality of it. It will, whether you like it or not. Have you ever experienced a different type of men? Have you traveled? Yeah. Have you ever experienced a different type of men in different parts of, like, you know, Texas versus, or like where have you traveled?
I've been a few places. I've been to Lebanon. I've been to Turkey, Thailand, Mexico.
Just a bunch of places.
I've been to a lot of places.
Have you met different types of men in different parts of the world?
To be honest, not really. Like, not men that like I would date, and it was all like vacation situations. So not really like I haven't really met men from like different cultures really, but I was filming a reality show in Thailand whenever I was in Thailand. It was like me and a group of girls, and they were filming a show about these like professional skaters. And they were going all over the country and like skating in different places, and they wanted to do a spin-off of some girls that were like basically like were jumping off cliffs and zip lining and like doing all these crazy things in different countries. Never happened because there ended up being a lot of arguing with the girls, and I was like, I don't even want to be a part of a show where I'm arguing with all my friends. But anyways, one night we are out in, I think it was Pattaya, Thailand, and they have this place called Walking Street, and it's like kind of like a Bourbon Street or like a 6th Street in Austin, like bunch of bars, and like there's different like sex shows that you can go in and like watch, like where girls are doing like crazy things, like shooting darts at balloons out of their hoo-ha, and like just crazy things. Like there was this one place where you could just like get in the boxing ring, and dudes were just like drunk boxing each other. It was crazy.
That's
and then towards the end of the night, we found a McDonald's, and we were all like scared to eat the street food. So we were like, oh, okay, McDonald's, like this is safe, So we go to the McDonald's, we get food. We're walking out of the McDonald's, and I was like walking next to one of like the skater guys. He's walking next to me, and this lady boy comes up next to him and like is trying to talk to him or whatever, and he's like kind of like, get off me, whatever. And we like keep walking, and I guess that little nudge, all of a sudden one of them like pulls me by the back of the head, and I end up getting like jumped by ladyboys in Thailand. So all of a sudden like production is like scattered, there's like camera crew over here, and like the guys that we were with ended up creating like like in football how they make like the pocket,
like a huddle,
right?
Yeah.
So like I'm like getting up from getting beat up, and the guys are kind of weird about hitting the girls because they're like, are these men? Are these girls? Like some of them are like throwing punches, and then like other like kind of trying to like push them because they're like uneasy
Are
about
we allowed to hitting
them. And so me and my girlfriend were running because like, the guys kind of like got it under control, and they're like, run. So me and my girlfriend are running. My girlfriend loses her shoe, and I keep running. I look back. I'm like, no, like leave your shoe. And then I see the lady boys coming for her. And I like, by the way, I used to teach kickboxing. So I see the lady boy going for my friend, and I do a running jump kick into the guy's chest, and he like falls back. His whatever wig falls off. Anyway, so my friend gets her shoe. We keep running. And then all of a sudden we get tackled by Thailand cops. They like tackle us and I think there was maybe like 12 of us, like Americans, and like 5 of us, they got into the back of a truck. And then in the other truck, they had like 5 or 6 of the lady boys. They take us to the embassy or to the jail, and then they had to like call the American embassy and like figure out who we were, and like ended up releasing us. And they thought that we were famous, so they were like making us all like take pictures with them and stuff. It was like the craziest experience. So when it comes to being men in another country, I think the closest thing I've gotten to that is ladyboys, unfortunately.
Being beat up by ladyboys.
Yeah, man. I had like, they had heels too. They were like stomping my back. I had like bruises in my back. It was intense.
Wait, what started the fight to begin with?
Well, okay. So after we got home that night, I started like Googling stuff because I was like, started Googling. There's like ladyboy gangs in Thailand, and they like go after American people or tourists and try to like steal their stuff. Like even when I was
wow.
down on the ground, I had like a bag that was like a cross bag or whatever, and they were trying to like pull it off of me. So they were clearly trying to like rob us, and they saw the cameras. I'm sure they probably were like, "Ooh, like who are these people?" Nobody.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no straight men in other countries.
That is funny. Would you marry a man who is incredibly rich and
Yes.
buys you everything?
I'm just kidding.
And buys you everything but cheats on you, or a man who's broke as hell, you have to take care of him, but he's great in bed and will be always faithful?
I've had both, and that's why I'm single.
So neither.
Yeah, no, it's got to be like a
But if you had to pick one, which one would you pick?
rich.
The rich
I'd
cheater.
rather cry in a G-Wagon than a fucking Geo Metro.
Like, I'm not
funny.
crying in no Honda Corolla.
Yeah, fuck
Your
that.
shit together.
Mia,
ain't
which one
hitchhiking.
would you pick?
Girl, you better say rich. Learn from me.
I mean, yeah, I think
Yeah, but I mean, a boss ass bitch, you know, might as well be working hard and providing for the family, you know.
yeah.
But you could still
I've
be with a
seen-
rich guy and be a boss, but you just
Being cheated on.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
What would you say your circle of We're the Prize friends would say?
Honestly, we're probably the rich guy, yeah. Yeah.
The irony. Oh, well, I suppose.
because like when I was with the guy who I moved here for, like I was kind of the breadwinner. I you know, provided mostly. Like he wasn't like a total deadbeat. It was just I made a little bit more money than him at the time. Yeah. And he cheated. The rich guy didn't cheat.
Interesting. Does height matter?
How short are we talking?
I mean, it's either
Is he shorter than me?
Yes. Either it matters or it doesn't, right? So if it does, is there a line? And if it doesn't, then obviously it could be like 4 feet tall.
I've dated somebody who was about my height. I was taller than him in heels, but that didn't bother me. I'm gonna say no. I mean, obviously, like it's
How tall are you?
5'7".
Okay, so like 5'3". Okay, so, yeah, you can't do it. Okay, got it.
I don't
What about
know. I don't want to say no.
what about rich on 5'3"?
That's like technically little person status.
no.
It's under 5 foot.
5'3"?
Yeah, it's under 5 foot.
Okay.
I mean, I would consider little person status personally.
Okay, first of all,
No
that's
offense.
not
From the scientific
the-
term, yeah.
it's not
little
under 5
people.
foot. It's like you got to be like under 4.
It's
or something.
4'11", I think.
I think it's 4'11". Yeah, she's right.
Yeah, I think it's 4'11".
I think it's
Okay.
4'11".
So
Wait, what about you? I kind of want to know. Do you like? Would you guys be with a little person?
a woman?
Like
No.
4'11"?
No, but I would maybe 4'11". 4'11's kind of. I just
4 foot?
I mean, my grandma's 4'11". You know, she's and you know that's not too. I mean, it is short, but like
We're not talking
she's
about
fine.
your grandma. We're talking about.
I'm just saying, like, I know somebody who's 4'11".
With?
I mean, I wouldn't be with my grandma, but I certainly would consider being with somebody that short.
I would 4'11". If it was like 4 foot, I don't know. That might be a little weird. Yeah, I don't know if I could marry somebody that's 4'11". That's gonna fuck my bloodline up, you know.
Well, nowadays, I actually met somebody recently who is a dish baby, and so she was made in a dish.
No way.
Wait,
And
what?
and so
Crazy.
yeah, and so
what does
she
that even mean? Pause. What?
so they got the sperm and the eggs, they mixed them up, and then but they actually adjusted the hair color, the eye color.
Wait, I
and,
thought
like,
that
so
wasn't
that's already
legal.
possible?
I thought
Yeah.
that was not legal.
but that was a while ago.
But I thought that wasn't legal.
This wasn't in America,
They
so,
like are. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that was like you can't do that.
I don't know what the laws are in America, but it doesn't matter because it didn't happen in America. But either way,
Okay, that makes sense. You can do that in other countries.
but the point I'm trying to make is you could technically be with a 4 foot tall, 4'11", whatever, and then have the baby that way, which I probably would.
But do you want
if
like
I ended up
a
having kids
science
anyway.
baby? Do you want
Yes,
like
100%.
I asked her actually. I said, do you feel weird, like being made in a lab? And she said, at first I did.
the actual baby?
I talked to the girl
child.
who was born this way.
Okay.
And she said, and I said, do you feel weird about it? She said, in the beginning I did when I was growing up, but then I realized that like if it meant that I don't have any of the diseases or any of the issues or any of the sort of negative traits of like my parents.
Yeah, and I look like a supermodel.
Right.
And I have perfect fucking genetics and like
Exactly.
I'm super hot.
Yeah, she was like, I never have teeth problems. I have perfect teeth. I have never gotten sick. Like, all these things. And I was like, that's just crazy.
Wait, so was she like super attractive? Was she, because everything's perfect. Like, was her like fucking symmetry, eyes, hair, everything just like.
I mean, she was attractive. I don't think they went that far to like, because this technology is not as advanced
Yeah,
as
I
it was
think it's
today.
just like you can change eye color, you can change height, you can change like they don't have any like disease like
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so it's not like you could like make him
It's not like-
perfect like
you're like,
painting.
okay, let me get Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
I think in a few years you probably could,
I
but
see.
right now still, because this is, I mean, her technology was obviously older because she's like, I think
The
she's
part
like
that
20 or
I
something.
can understand is the like, having a healthy immunity and not having diseases and all of that. Like, as far as like the appearance of the baby, personally, I'd be like, I kind of want that to be
left for
up
the
to
gods.
God.
Yeah, but what
like,
if you have an ugly baby? What are you
well,
gonna
then
do?
It
that's
is what it
it's meant
is.
to be. I bet
I
you
mean, like-
she's gonna be rich. She ain't gonna be worried about boys.
Well,
Don't feed that thing after midnight. Just in case.
that is funny. So height does matter for you, but I mean, technically speaking, if you guys are the prize, then it shouldn't
Why
matter.
you keep bringing this up?
Most
I'm just
triggered.
saying.
Oh my
Mo's
God.
so triggered by the
I'm
prize
just saying.
comment.
Yeah.
Who hurt you, Mo?
I love, like, whenever this conversation comes up, it really makes me want to get into the psyche of the person who thinks this, right? And like what triggers the person to believe this about themselves. And I do think that, and I think, and that's the thing is like, if I say that I'm the prize, right, then it shouldn't matter. I think that it comes with a certain like self-belief of like, you're great. And that self-confidence then should sort of translate to not caring about how other people look like, not caring about, what height the man is, how rich he is, because then you're just bringing everything to the table. Because that's what being a prize is. If I'm the prize, then I bring everything to the table. Therefore, it doesn't matter what the other person brings. Or at least it should be that way anyway.
I mean, like,
I think that the right way to look at it is like, if you're a prize, you try to find another prize, and then
You can prize together.
yeah.
and then we're all gifts.
I think it's all about like how you view yourself, and obviously if my girlfriend is like, I'm a prize, I'm this, I'm that, and
If she's not the prize, you're
and
gonna
she's
be like,
not, I'm gonna be like, hey
humble
girl.
yourself, girl.
Honestly, all my friends are like, no, they're like, seriously, they're pretty girls, and they're driven. I mean, like, we gone to UCLA for a reason. Like, we worked our ass off. Like, they are really well-rounded girls, like women. So yeah, if one girl was like yapping and she was like, I'm the prize, I'm this and that, and she's not, I'd be like, okay, like,
So does height matter for you and all your friends?
like, no, like, we're not gonna be like,
So 5 foot. Okay.
5 foot, like, I mean,
So it does matter. It's just there's a line.
there's just a line.
Okay.
But
Well,
I
how
feel like,
far down is it?
um,
How below the ground are we talking?
like, a guy could like I'm never one to be like, oh, he has to tower over me, or I'm 5'4", so like a guy could be my height, and I have talked to a guy like probably but he was so like he was handsome and he was sweet and he was just, I don't know, it never really registered like, oh, you're my height, until someone else brought it up, and I was like, okay, but I continued to talk to him because I don't know, I liked him, but I just never. I never have been like one that he has to be 6'3", 6'2".
Got it. Okay, so not too unreasonable. You're just like, hey, like be like decent. You know, my size is fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
It works out. Okay, cool. Does it matter? Does the guy's body count matter? He slept with 1,000 women.
Like, yeah.
That
like,
matters.
Yeah.
Okay. What about 100?
Yeah, that's a lot.
50.
That's also a lot.
20.
I think if I
Good luck
had,
to you.
I know, but like,
I think 1,000 is like, you may have some issues you need to deal with.
Like what is that?
Like,
Let's do the math real quick. Yeah.
You may have
Okay.
like some insecurities.
Wait, hold on.
Like you may have some trauma.
Let's do the
Or
math.
some gonorrhea.
Or some
But this
STDs.
is okay. Let's just do the math. This is very simple stuff. The man that you're gonna be with, yes. I'm assuming you would want somebody older. Yeah. So
yeah.
let's say for the sake of this conversation, something reasonable would be.
Don't talk about how small my options are, because I know.
No. I'm not talking about. No. We're not talking about that. We're talking about body count. So let's say for the sake of this conversation, we'd be like 45, right? That's like a reasonable age of a guy that you would potentially be with. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe 40 years old, 45, whatever.
Yeah.
A man who is 45 years old, 40 years old, you would only hope that he's experienced. Yes, because you would want somebody who's good in bed, because otherwise it would be like you don't want to teach the guy. Yeah.
Especially at 45. That's weird.
Exactly. So, you know, if you slept with somebody who's 45 years old and he was terrible in bed, you're going to be pretty fucking disappointed. Yeah. What would be an acceptable number of a man who slept with someone in a given week, for example?
I'm not
right?
sure that I would want to know. Like, I mean,
But we're talking about two different things, because you said 1,000 is you've got an issue and you've got a problem.
yeah, I mean,
right?
like, I don't think that I would want to really know. I don't think that would be a question that I would like ask. I think.
Is it okay for a guy to sleep with one woman per week? That's just 4 women a month. Is that okay?
And he's single?
Yes. Of course.
I mean,
And for the sake of this conversation, this man starts having sex when he's 20 years old, right? So by that
and
math,
are you 45 and you're doing that, or like that's just like you've done that?
I mean, even if he is 40, he's 44 and he's doing it. Is it a problem if he's sleeping with one woman per week?
Well, yeah, because like I feel like at a certain point, like you're trying to fill a void or something. Like you're not building a relationship. You're not looking for a relationship. That's why you keep like fucking new people.
Let's say the man works very hard and is committed to his job and has been working for a very long time.
I mean, then
has 3 different companies and very successful. We're a billionaire. And unfortunately can't maintain a relationship because relationships take work and take time,
well,
and he
then
just
that's
doesn't
preference.
have it.
Then you know, if that's what I'm looking for and I want to have like a one night stand, then that's great for that. But
No, he just turned 45 and sold his company for $5 billion. And now he's looking to settle down. However, he's been sleeping with one woman per week since he's been 20 years old.
And we're not doing that anymore? That was in the past?
Well, like I said, he's settling down now. So he just met you and he just said that I've slept with over 1,000 women.
I'll say this, like, I wouldn't want someone judging me on my past, because like, I'm not saying like I was like a terrible person in my past, but I've probably done some questionable things.
Certainly
that
not a
maybe I
saint.
don't want to admit or like talk about. And I wouldn't want someone judging me on that, you
Yeah.
know? And I think that people are like always evolving and that are able to change. So if I feel like I have a very like good like sense of like I can like feel if a person is like good or not. Like I can tell if you have like a motive. I can tell if you like are like a dark soul. I can tell if you have issues. Like I think that I'm old enough to be able to kind of like feel that vibe out. So like if I was dating this guy that's 45 and you used to be a hoe, but you're trying to not be a hoe anymore.
Does that make him a hoe?
Kind of.
Sleeping with one woman a week.
Because like you're just like doing the act, and like that's fine. Like if that's like who you are, but I just
What is the difference between sleeping with one person 1,000 times versus sleeping with 1,000 people one time?
There's a lot of difference.
Well, I'm asking you what the difference is.
Well, because with that one person that you're sleeping with 1,000 times, there's a connection. Probably that's why you're continuing to sleep with that person. Mm-hmm. And whether you're together or not, there is some kind of connection there. Whether it's like physical, spiritual, we're just have this agreement, this is just fun, whatever. There's some kind of something more than physical if you're going to keep going back to that situation. Mm-hmm. But if you're just like one and blah, 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 like you're just like giving yourself away to people, and like what are you even getting back out of that? Like you're getting off and that's it? Like,
well, I mean, sex is supposed to be an urge that is biological. So it's not particularly, I mean, what you're getting back from it. It's healthy to have sex. So I would.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say there's a difference in just fucking someone and having a one night stand and having an actual ongoing relationship with someone where there's like a bond there? Like there's
Which
two
semantics.
different. I've had sex in my life with different people. Okay, I've had sex with people that I was very much in love with, and I've had sex in situations where it was not that, and they feel completely different. When you have sex with somebody that you love or somebody that there's like a real connection with, it's like you go to like another world. When you're just fucking, it's like, oh my God. And then the next day there's the shame and there's the, whatever that goes along with it. So yeah, there is like a difference in one person versus 1,000 people, because you're also like giving your energy away to these people.
But those are all personal experiences, though. You feeling shame after a one night stand might not apply to another 10 women, but might apply to another 100 women. So it's just it's more so how the person perceives their experience. You could sleep. Have you ever seen the? I don't know what her name is. She just recently did like a sleeping with 1,000 men in like one day or 2
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, like for her.
But it's because now there's this social media aspect where people are like, I gotta be the first to do this, and like let me be this person so that I'm talked about and I get all these followers and all of these things. Like, do you think that like she really felt good about that? Like,
I've
she
seen
was like,
interviews
yeah, I'm accomplished and I'm so cool now. No, she probably, I'm sorry, but she's behind closed doors. There's probably like a lot going on.
But that's speculation and presumption, though.
That's true.
There's no way for me or anybody else to actually know the answer except her.
Wait, but what were the interviews?
Well, I've just seen interviews with Bonnie Blue, and they're like, she's like, I'm so proud, like it was so fun, like I enjoyed it. She doesn't like, there's like nothing behind those eyes.
There's no feeling. And guess what? I guarantee you in like 10 years when she like comes to, she's going to be like, what was I thinking? Like what?
I think she's got to a point where she's just gone like,
but also you're always going to be that girl. So what's next for you? Like you got to do OnlyFans, or you got to do porn, or you got to do something.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's jumping on it like OnlyFans nowadays. Seriously? Which is fine. Which is like go girl, like do your thing. I just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be crying in her mansion, maybe.
This is true. She'll be crying in her mansion.
Private yacht.
Kudos.
She might be crying.
People are doing their own thing. They're getting that bag. It's just like, what do you want me to give up?
I think there is a level of,
Wait, did she get arrested? Didn't she get like, there was like a whole thing where she got like in trouble for it, right?
I think she was somewhere. She was traveling.
Yeah, and they like raided the mansion or something. There was something
Yeah.
that happened because I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I think everybody's morals and ethics have a price, right? And so it just depends where the line is for you. And I ask people this question all the time, even like off the podcast, which is like, what would you get paid to do the thing that you wouldn't be willing to do? What would be the number? Because there's a number for everyone. Now we've had this one girl on the podcast who was like, there's not a single number that I would take to like sleep with a guy, for example, who just said, hey, I'm going to pay you X amount of money to sleep with me. But if somebody paid you $1 billion,
doing it.
see, that's what I'm saying.
Get
like,
the
yeah,
tequila.
not even-
Let's go.
Right?
Let's ride, baby.
But here's the thing. Whenever I
ride
say $1 billion, right? That number can change very quickly. Like the moment I say, okay, $100 million. And they're like, yeah, I'll still do it. You know, $50 million, $1 million. Like what's the lowest? Because there is a number for every single person. What's your number?
To what?
The
Sleep
lowest
with a guy.
number.
He comes up to.
But it has to be on camera, or you just have to sleep with him.
Hey, there's a number for that too. We'll get there. So okay, 75-year-old, very ugly, very fat man comes up to you and says, "I want to fuck you tonight." $1 billion.
I just like take one for the team. I just wouldn't be able to like, I don't.
You'll say no to $1 billion.
I just be.
Do you know how much $1 billion is?
Would
Yeah,
you say
I
yes to
just
$1 billion?
like.
I would say I'll
But
let
it's
him
a
fuck me
75-year-old
twice
fat
that
man?
night.
You let him fuck you?
For $1 billion?
Crazy.
Are you insane? Do you know what I'm gonna close my eyes and think to myself, oh, this is just a dream. It's not happening.
It disassociate.
I don't know. Yeah, but then everybody's gonna know for the rest of your life.
And then what? Kim
Imagine-
Kardashian.
And they're still
do you
gonna
know-
be your best
You
friend.
could
Kim
never win an
Kardashian.
argument ever. You'd be like, yeah, that's why like you have a small dick, and be like, you got fucked in the ass.
I was having this conversation. How many people do you know that have gotten fucked in the ass and nobody cares about it? Here's the reality.
who?
Look at the Kardashians.
I mean,
look
look
at
at
the-
Diddy.
Look at the
Diddy still has
Kardashians.
tons of fans.
Look at the Kardashians and the Jenners. Yeah. It took one moment. And that moment was that Kim decided to fuck Ray J on camera.
Uh-huh.
And then let that shit go wild.
Yeah, but
And that family has ever since. How many billions? I think there are 3 billionaires in their family now. Yeah. You cannot replicate this.
yeah, but she was having sex with like good looking like rapper. Well, probably
What difference does that make?
Over
That's just a perception.
75.
Gonna get banged out by a 75-year-old big Job with a Hut guy.
I mean, first of all, it's gonna be. It's not like it's gonna last a long time.
you never know. This
You
guy's
know,
fucking
Viagra,
stamina.
Yeah, maybe,
You know?
maybe he
His
doesn't
stamina.
even come because
He's like, I'm gonna
he
get
just
my
can't.
money's worth. Like I just paid $1 billion.
He's like-
I'm gonna last as
He's
long
like,
as I
oh,
can.
I was hoping I was gonna come this time.
He's gonna
He
use
just
one of
does
those
it.
condoms that numbs your dick up so you can go longer.
well-
So $1 billion a no. $10 billion.
Right now, no.
$100 billion.
No, like I just
You're
don't.
the richest person
You're
in
the
the world.
richest person in the world.
And we'll give you a country.
A country.
We'll give you a country with servants. You're the queen.
I mean, yeah, if I'm the queen of the world. Like, what? One
That's the only
time.
scenario.
Yeah.
Interesting. You'll say, see, this is like when a person says no to $1 billion like that. Because like you're saying, like you're kind of like, I don't know, but like probably a no. You're like thinking about it, right? I think when people quickly say no is just because they want the perception to be that, oh, I would never do such a thing. But also some people don't care about money.
But what's your number then? Like 100K? Would you do
No,
for,
I wouldn't not do it for 100K. What the fuck would I do that for 100K for?
make 100K. You seem like you
No.
don't really care about getting fucked in the ass. That much. You sound like you're almost like would like it. Like, you're like, yeah, of course. Like, what do you mean?
I mean, I don't know if I would do it. Maybe I would do it for $1 billion. I don't know, but it is you do think about it. You know what I mean? Like there is a thought of like, oh wow, like this much money. Although like a lot of people would say, oh, like money doesn't matter. The reality of money does matter. You know, life becomes easier when you have, well, to a certain extent, amount of money. But, you know, after that, it doesn't matter that much. So I guess you got to find what that threshold is and whether you could get there yourself or not. $1 billion is generational wealth versus like, obviously like $100,000 is nothing, right? So that doesn't change my life. But $1 billion does change not just my life, multiple people's lives.
So you're almost saying, like, from a moral perspective, you would have
to.
Yeah.
To be morally righteous.
Exactly.
Like you have to get fucked in the ass.
Like, I'm going to save how many people, you know, my family, my friends. Like, it's just
get
like.
that Diddy baby oil and you
That's
won't
it.
remember
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
Exactly.
maybe. Yeah, that's a good point. Fuck. I don't want to be a bad person. Like, think how many children you could like take out of hunger.
Exactly.
You know?
When you put it that way.
Doing this for world hunger.
Honestly, if you said to, you know, anybody, you were like, hey, $500 million is going to go towards 1 million kids that I could save. Yeah. And this is
Then
what I
it's
did.
like,
This
then
is
you're
the
morally
sacrifice.
correct. This
Exactly.
is sacrifice.
This is the sacrifice I made
It's like,
in order
I'm
to
gonna
help
clean up
these
the
people.
ocean and I'm gonna cure world hunger.
Yes.
Yeah.
All with getting fucked in the ass
One time.
once.
Crazy. You guys changed my whole perspective of the world, man.
Do it for the children.
Oh, that is funny. Okay. Final question is, the size matter?
No.
It does not matter.
Well, wait, hold on.
That was very quick. That
Hold on.
was way too quick.
Yes, it does.
Uh-huh. You
But-
remembered the micro one?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
I actually did.
Uh-huh.
Yes and no, but not in the way that you would think that it's a no. Like, I think men think that women want this like huge thing, but I actually prefer a schmedium.
Did you say
schmedium.
schmedium?
Like a
Small to medium.
schmedium.
I don't know.
Like
But
a
also,
four
I
inch.
mean,
Small,
like,
medium.
all women's
Is it supposed to
all
be bigger
different.
or supposed to be smaller?
medium, small, medium,
Small, medium. Okay, got it. So, like, what is
Yeah.
that? 4 or 3?
What?
What is medium?
I think average is what?
Average is
5.
5, I
and a
believe.
half.
Yeah.
Okay. That
So
like
4.
like I would say 5 or 6 is good.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. But then 6 would be high. So medium high.
I'll say this. It does matter, but it also doesn't matter because like
If you know how to work it, you know how to work it. If you know how to work it, you know how to twerk it.
yeah, it's true because also like if you don't have size, there's other utensils that you can
Got it.
use
Was the
that
guy-
can accommodate.
Was the guy that had the minivan know how to use other resources?
No, and that's why it only happened once.
Ah, got it. Did you see it? And then we're like,
No,
oh,
I didn't
shit.
see it.
Oh, it was dark and he just...
It was actually a guy I really liked.
that's usually how it happens.
We went on like a few dates and he had like dope personality. He was like super cool and like we vibed. And he wasn't like the best looking dude, but we like had a connection. And like I waited, like we didn't sleep together like right away. And I think it was Halloween actually that we ended up hooking up, and I was like really disappointed, and it happened and I faked it and it was that.
Oh, no.
And then the next morning I even stayed the night because I low-key like felt bad. I was like, he's gonna know that I'm leaving because he has a small dick if I leave right afterwards. So like I'm gonna stay the night and cuddle, and then I'm never talking to this guy again. But it sucked because I really did like him, but also like physical the physical aspect of things is important to me. So
He got really fucked over in the gene pool, huh?
yeah, because
Yeah.
like he's like
Oh,
a good
man.
dude, like good
Yeah.
dude, good personality, like fun, all the things.
Was he like rich or something?
No.
I'm trying to figure out like where God put his skill points.
He was
at,
like
you know?
he was a personal trainer. But he like was like he didn't do bad for himself. Like he had a nice place, he had a nice car.
Did
like,
you
he
meet
had...
him at the gym, like personal training you?
No, I don't remember how I met him.
Okay.
Oh, I met him like through like a mutual group of friends.
Got it. So he wasn't
Yeah.
like he was teaching you how to work out,
No,
and
no,
then
no.
you guys just got hot.
No, we met at like a party. He was friends like with one of my guy friends, and we kind of met through that. And then like we went on a few dates, and then that happened.
Got it.
And I was actually like mad. I was actually kind of like upset because I was like, shit. Like I wanted that part to be good too, but it just wasn't. So.
The size matter for you? I mean, I guess you only been with 2 people, so you don't really know what a minivan is.
Yeah, not really. No, I mean, with the guy I was dating for quite a bit, like it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's like all I really know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. You guys have been honest and candid and very open. And wish you all nothing but the best.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.